I think that it was one of those moments where you just feel like, you know. And I just trusted that. I fell in love fast.
How couples who shared a history of strong love end up in divorce baffles many. It is almost a norm in the celebrity circle, and country music is not an exception. Here is a top 21 list of the country music sweethearts who fell in love with the wrong man. How did they come up with the divorce, and what could have triggered it? Your answer lies in the video. Number 21, Shania Twain and Mutt Lange. Who could have believed a relationship that started in love and mutual respect could end up in an irreparable crisis? Our world is truly filled with surprises. Shania Twain and Mutt Lange met through a phone conversation that began in 1993. The relationship outgrew phone conversations, leading to the two lovebirds meeting in person. You can guess where the story ends. On December 28th of the same year, they tied the knot, marking a new journey into forever. Did they take the forever path? Certainly they didn't. Let's have a peek at what happened. The relationship started on a good note. You could tag it as the perfect music couple. The wife is a popular country musician, winning the hearts of millions with her captivating stories, which are locked in her melodious voice. The husband, on the other hand, is a creative producer. Powerful combo, right? Yes. The couple collaborated, producing Shania's album, The Woman in Me. The album turned out to be one of the best Shania albums. The significant success of the album lifted Shania's career higher and also strengthened the relationship. Music became an integral part of the marriage. However, something happened to the music part in 2003. Before we get there, let's pick more positive things about them. The couple welcomed their son, Aja, on August 12, 2001. The new baby boy was a bundle of joy. The joy spread to Shania's career as well. Her career was blossoming, and tours kept coming in. No one could take their eyes off Lange's work in making Shania's music a better fit for the top. However, life's journey is designed with bends and turns. The year 2003 marked a moment for Shania to make the most painful turn of her career. The unusual happened. Voice crisis set in. She realized that it is getting difficult to speak and sing. Adding to that difficulty is feeling dizzy right on stage. At this point, Shania knew she was in for significant frustration and distress. However, she never knew how severe it would be. Fast forward to 2008, Shania was faced with the worst heartbreak. She discovered that her husband was having an affair with her best friend, Marie-Anne Thibault. There was nothing more devastating. Adding the new heartbreak to the voice crisis, which doctors are yet to accurately diagnose after 6 years, was suicidal. Following the infidelity news, divorce proceedings followed. The divorce was finalized on June 9, 2010. Good news. Shania was able to overcome her voice crisis a year after the divorce, after undergoing 2 open throat surgeries. The same year, she married Frederick Thibault, the husband of her friend with whom Mutt Lange had an extramarital affair. Shania was able to overcome her crisis and get herself back on track. Surely, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Number 20, Reeba McIntyre and Narville Blackstock. Reeba McIntyre is one of the big names in country music, winning multiple Grammy Awards and selling over 75 million records. However, the wonderful career achievement didn't translate into a successful marriage. What everyone thought was marriage to her was nothing but a business transaction. Reeba got married to Narville Blackstock in 1989. Fast forward to 2015, the marriage had lost its romantic value. She couldn't differentiate the borderline between marriage and business. The marriage lacks a romantic relationship and is more of a business partnership. This frustration led to filing for a divorce. The divorce was granted, and the over 26-year marriage was given a sudden end. Interviewing Reeba about the heartbreaking incident, she said that, "There's been a lot between us. These incidents have added up to a big number of offenses, which she struggles to forgive and forget." How will you describe a marriage where there is a lack of personal connection and even ordinary vacations become work-focused? Such a reality is possible, given that Narville manages Reeba's career. Perhaps he pushed the managerial role too far, to the point of mingling marriage with business. Reeba couldn't bear the situation any longer, which was the reason for the divorce. The divorce was a blessing for Narville, earning $47.5 million as part of their divorce settlement. Reeba, on the other hand, was left to battle a serious emotional crisis. At that point, she was not only losing her longtime partners, other key figures in her life left her, notably the loss of her father. Over the years, Reeba outgrew the consequences, and she has maintained a good relationship with her former husband, with the two showing big support for each other professionally. Number 19, Tammy Wynette and George Jones. The next on the list is the once famous Mr. and Mrs. Country Music, the perfect country music couple who garnered the admiration of a large number of people. You can't easily forget the powerful duet this couple released, taking the hearts of country music lovers worldwide. Do you still remember duets like We're Gonna Hold On and The Ceremony? This couple fulfilled the anticipation of country fans worldwide to see the holy matrimony of two great country music artists. Shockingly, the marriage faced serious challenges, leading to its sudden end. How did that play out? Tammy met George Jones in 1968 at a Nashville recording studio. It was a love-at-first-sight situation, with Jones seizing the opportunity to confess his love for Tammy. Although Tammy was already married to Don Chappelle, this new love she found was strong enough to give the challenging marriage a new beginning. Following the divorce, Tammy married George in February 1969. A year later, they welcomed their only child, Tamala Georgette Jones, in October 1970. The two couples already had 3 children from their previous marriages. In the same year, following the childbirth, Tammy started having issues with Jones's substance abuse. The inappropriate character was exerting a negative influence on their marriage. She tried to endure the extreme habit for the next 3 years, hoping there would be a positive change. That was not forthcoming. You guess what happened next? A divorce was filed in 1973. There was still a strong bond of love between the couple, despite their 5-year marriage. George worked on reconciliation, and the divorce was canceled. They gave the marriage a second try. This time, Tammy believed the divorce was enough of a warning that would make George retrace his steps. One thing about addiction is the strong influence it has on the victims. George didn't turn a new leaf, leading to Tammy filing for a divorce, which was finalized in January 1975. However, the divorce didn't stop the couple from collaborating on a musical project. After the divorce, they released songs like Golden Ring and Near You. Don't get carried away by the collaboration. A crisis also ensued after the divorce. Tammy sued Jones for $36,000 in unpaid child support. George disputed this legal charge, making claims that he had sent a $60,000 check at the same time the lawsuit was filed. Beyond the crisis, the estranged couple found their way back as good friends. Number 18, Rosanna Cash and Rodney Crowell. Have you come across the 1981 successful album 7 Year Ache? The album is considered one of the best in country music. Give the biggest credit to Rosanna Cash for making such a masterpiece. The 4-time Grammy Award winner did have a big career success, and in the same way, she initially had a successful marriage with Rodney Crowell before crisis shadowed the lovely relationship. Rosanne met Rodney in 1977. Not long after that, they got married in 1979. The marriage turned out to be another failed relationship in the country music industry. Although the two beautiful-voiced artists achieved wide acclaim and success, making hit duets like It's Such a Small World. Yet, the marriage was marred by serious challenges. Rosanne once mentioned that she was unhappy in her marriage. She wasn't comfortable with the increasing public focus on their celebrity-like marriage. It got to a point that everyone wanted to know what was going on with the country star's marriage, and they also believed they were entitled to make opinions over the marriage. After about 13 years of their marriage, Rosanne decided to end the marriage in 1992. Reports have it that the couple separated due to growing apart and Rosanna's need for artistic freedom. Number 17, Sara Evans and Craig Schulky. When discussing one of the renowned country musicians known for her powerful voice and traditional country sound, Sara Evans is the perfect choice. The 1997 album, 3 Chords and the Truth, propelled the talented musical artist to the top. Following that success, she went on to record more successful albums and claim several awards. Despite her fast rising career, she chose to marry Craig Schulky, who was still an aspiring musician. The marriage took place on September 25, 1993. The marriage was blessed with 3 children. The first was a son, Avery Jack Schulky, in 1999, while 2 daughters, Olivia Margaret and Audrey Elizabeth Schulky, followed in 2003 and 2004, respectively. 3 years after the birth of their last child, a crisis brewed, leading to Sara filing for a divorce on October 12, 2006. Do you wonder what triggered the sudden change of interest? Sarah accused her husband of watching pornography in front of their children, which sounds weird. Schulky refuted the accusation, explaining that the whole pornography drama was an accident. Besides, he was watching it with Sarah. Sarah filed a case against Schulky, citing irreconcilable differences, inappropriate marital conduct, and adultery. Since the court could not find a reconciliation ground for the two estranged couples, their divorce was finalized on September 28, 2007. Sarah was granted primary custody of their children and also agreed to pay Schulky a sum of 600,000 naira in alimony. A crisis followed the divorce, mostly bordering on child support and public discussion of their marriage matters. Number 16. Carly Pearce and Michael Ray. When you want to listen to a country song that is grounded in a traditional country sound and comes through a powerful voice, find any song by Carly Pearce. As you explore her music, let's discuss Carly's marriage and the crisis that followed it. However, the crisis didn't affect her good storytelling songs. 2 years later, Carly rode to fame with her debut album, Every Little Thing, in 2017. She met Michael Ray, a country musician likewise. Well, the marriage narrates another story of a failed country music couple, like the ones that have been coming up in the list. In June 2019, it became public knowledge that the couple were not meant for each other. 2.5 years into the marriage, the couple has already grown tired of the marriage. Carly filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. She further revealed their separation date to be on June 19, 2019. Everyone was expecting Michael Ray to present an opposing view. It turned out that the divorce was a mutual agreement between the two couples. Michael Ray filed a response to the divorce, revealing that they have been on separate ways since June 8, 2019, and further revealing that the divorce is merely formalizing the terrible reality of the marriage. Who knows what could have gone wrong between the two estranged couples? Number 15. Kelsey Ballerini and Morgan Evans. You will see the powerful love chemistry between Kelsey Ballerini and Morgan Evans when they hosted Australia's Country Music Channel Awards together in March 2016. The two country musicians looked inseparable right from that stage. The feeling was real. Love fire sparked between the two talented artists. Following the show, they met each other privately afterward, sharing tequila and close conversation. Morgan shot his shot on December 25, 2016, proposing to Kelsey on Christmas Day with a custom-made diamond ring and proving that the couple started on a good note. The couple married on December 2, 2017. Everything was still looking good between 2018 and 2021. They collaborated on songs, attended red carpets together, and even met up on the road. They exhibited the traits of a perfect couple with great support for each other's careers. Strangely, this lovely experience didn't last for long. A sudden turn of events came to everyone's notice in August 2022. When Kelsey filed for divorce, everyone was left in shock. What was the reason for the sudden turn of events? It is simple, irreconcilable difference. It surprised the fans. Where did the irreconcilable differences come from? Could the lovey-dovey chemistry portrayed in pictures and videos be a lie? Regardless of the answer, the divorce was finalized, marking the end of their marriage. The entire divorce process was kept private. Information regarding it was kept confidential. However, the two artists have moved on and continue improving their careers. Number 14. Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blackstock. Kelly is popular for her versatile music style, which samples different genres of music, and for producing good songs. She has a big reputation in pop songs, rock, R&B, soul, and many other genres. She also achieved significant success in country music. Her collaboration with the legendary Jason Aldean on the track Don't You Wanna Stay left everyone awestruck. She also featured Vince Gill in another country song titled Don't Rush. The song also became a moderate success. You can't credit Kelly Clarkson's success without mentioning her manager, Brandon Blackstock, the one who was there for her through the highs and lows and also helped her to achieve the peak of her career. Beyond the professional scope lies the emotion that creeps between the musician and manager. They couldn't keep the emotion hidden any longer. Hence, they revealed their feelings to each other. Moving from there, they got married in 2013. The marriage was going well. The professional relationship they shared before revealing their romantic side helped build the marriage. However, it won't last long. The two couples were blessed with 2 children, River Rose and Remington Alexander. Entering the middle of 2020, Kelly filed a divorce suit, citing irreconcilable differences. It turned out that the couple were not compatible for marriage, as they were compatible in a professional relationship. Regarding the professional relationship, we might have had something different. Kelly sued Blackstock, alleging that he overcharged her millions for booking gigs during his tenure as her manager. It seems love has blinded her to seeing such shortcomings in Blackstock. The court ruled in her favor, ordering Blackstock to repay Kelly approximately $2.7 million, which was a substantial amount. Ultimately, they reached a settlement, and the case was dismissed. Another issue that followed the divorce was the Keogh parenting struggle. The conflict, which bordered on trust issues and understanding, made the process tedious. However, Kelly described the Keogh parenting saga as fun, not with a serious tone though. Kelly had spoken publicly about the hard experience she had after the divorce. Everything happened suddenly. She wasn't prepared for it, and she overreacted initially. Thankfully, she has moved on since then. Number 13. Jean Puit and Jack Puit. Jean Puit is not a regular name you will come across in the present history of country music, but with a little digging into the past, you will come across this beautiful country music legend. However, she retired from singing in 2006 and passed away in 2023 at the ripe age of 86. Yet, she made a significant impact and became a member of the famous Grand Ole Opry and the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Following her breakthrough success with the song Satin Sheet in 1973, her name became popular. Before her fame, she married Jack Puit, a guitarist who played with Marty Robbins. Jack lives a carefree life, overdosing on alcohol and spending days away from the family due to endless tours. Jean was the only one taking care of the children. The burden became unbearable when fame came in the 70s. Adding family responsibilities to career demands poses a big deal of emotional strain. It is not strange news that Jean filed for divorce in 1992. Although she wasn't open about the crisis that led to the collapse of her marriage with Jack, interviews with close relatives have consistently referenced the carefree life Jack led. Following the divorce, she moved on with her 2 children, married another man, Eddie Fulton, and started a fresh new life. Number 12. Rita Coolidge and Kristofferson. Rita Coolidge is a talented artist, breaking the jinx of being a singer in church choirs with her sister and performing in different groups as lead singer and backup to becoming a 2-time Grammy Award winner. This is nothing short of remarkable. You can recognize Coolidge for her success in songs like We're All Alone and All Time High, which was made into a theme song for the James Bond film, and the like. She got married to the well-renowned Kristofferson. The union became a big name in the music industry, credited as the marriage of 2 talented artists. From the names on the list, it has been proven that talent doesn't keep a marriage, and this one didn't prove the fact wrong. They got married in 1973 and had several musical collaborations. Prominent among them are Full Moon in 1973 and Break of Dawn in 1974. 7 years into the marriage, a crisis struck down the marriage. The crisis comes from Kristofferson's uncontrollable substance abuse. Coolidge tried to rectify this improper act, but the more she attempted to do so, the worse the situation became. Eventually, she was left with no other option than to call the marriage off. Although their marriage is now a memory, Coolidge is forever grateful for the creative partnership and personal growth that resulted from their relationship. Number 11. Natalie, Maine and Adrien Pazdar. If you love the Dixie Chicks songs, then you will certainly fall in love with Natalie Maines, the lead singer. Natalie got entangled with the popular actor Adrien Pazdar. Their path crossed during the wedding of Emily Robinson, her bandmate. Surprisingly, Natalie was a bridesmaid while Pazdar was a groomsman. After the wedding, they began a relationship and, in a short time, walked down the aisle at a little white wedding chapel in Las Vegas in June 2000. Following the marriage, they welcomed 2 sons, Jackson Slade Pazdar and Beckett Finn Pazdar. The couple went on to improve in their respective careers. It turned out that 17 years after their marriage, they had grown differently, developed different interests, and needed to move on. Natalie filed for divorce in July 2017, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce proceeding was marred by several challenges related to the prenuptial agreement they signed before marriage. Pazdar regards the prenuptial agreement as partial. He requested spousal support in opposition to the prenuptial agreement, which provides no support. The court continued in the ruling, ignoring Pazdar's request and rather granting joint custody of their children as agreed. Number 10. Casey Musgraves and Rustin Kelly. Kacey Musgraves' songs are reckoned for her thought-provoking lyrics and distinctive voice. The highly talented musician has several awards on her shelves, with 8 Grammys standing tall among them. Another notable aspect of this successful musician's life was her marriage to Rustin Kelly. The two lovebirds met at Bluebird Cafe in Nashville in 2016. A few months later, they got married in October 2017. The marriage tells the tale of a wrong journey. Halfway through their 3rd year of marriage, they got the internet abuzz with surprise over the news of their divorce. The news came in following a joint statement from the couple, revealing that their relationship simply didn't work despite having a deep soul connection. The statement is a cover-up of the real issue. A few months later, Kacey revealed the reason behind the divorce. She said, "I felt like I was dying inside." She battled with the feeling of loneliness and sadness. Further investigation revealed that the problem wasn't directly coming from Rustin, but rather stemmed from Kacey's complex upbringing as a Southern belle. She was used to valuing pleasing others. Unfortunately, she wasn't getting a balanced response from her heartthrob. The imbalance shattered the marriage. Number 9. Leanne Rimes and Dean Sherrimet. What will be your comment on Leanne Rimes' actions towards having extramarital affairs with Eddie Cibrian? Should we say she married the wrong man and later decided to flirt with the right one? The question comes with a puzzling answer. Leanne Rimes got married to Sherrimet, a former professional dancer, in 2002 after meeting each other at the Academy of Country Music Awards in Nashville. They were married for 7 years. Fast forward to 2009, Leanne met Eddie Cibrian during the filming of the movie Northern Lights. Rumors swirled around Leanne and Eddie's relationship, revealing that the two shared a deeper connection than a professional one. The rumor sparked mixed feelings, with Sherrimet coming up with evidence that Leanne was having secret affairs with Eddie. Leanne went silent on the accusation. At one point, Eddie got the whole issue up his neck, so he filed for a divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized in 2009. Leanne went ahead and married Eddie, who had also been divorced from his former partner. The two couples always rejected claims of extramarital affairs before their respective divorces and subsequent marriages, but the resulting happenings proved otherwise. Ultimately, Sherrimet was the one most hurt in the story. Everyone has moved on. Leanne's marriage to Eddie has grown strong over the years. Sherrimet, on the other hand, has explored other romantic opportunities. Number 8. Trace Adkins and Rhonda Atkins. Trace Adkins' journey to success can be credited to meeting Rhonda Atkins, a former publicity manager at Arista Records. Rhonda met Trace while he was performing at a club. Following the meeting, Rhonda facilitated Trace's record deal with Capitol Nashville. Shortly after, they got married on May 11, 1997. The couple shared 3 daughters together, Mackenzie, Brianna, and Trinity. 17 years later, the marriage faced a serious conflict, leading to their eventual divorce. Number 7. Jana Kramer and Michael Gambino. Jana Kramer drew the heart of the world with the single Why Ya Wanna. Following the breakout song, her career took a new turn, placing her feet on the pedestal of success. Jana Kramer married Michael Gambino in Las Vegas after meeting him at a coffee shop. Strangely, he was 17 years older. Apart from their age, another unusual aspect of their relationship was that they had known each other for only 2 weeks. It turned out that Jana Kramer made a wrong choice in marrying Gambino. Jana's marriage to Gambino was the biggest mistake she had ever made. Gambino maltreated Jana regularly, coming against her with physical and emotional abuse. It was evident that she married the wrong man. Gambino often comes home drunk, drags Kramer out of bed, and beats her. The unpleasant situation got to the extreme after Gambino choked Jana till she became unconscious. Following the incident, he was arrested and sentenced to 6 years in prison for attempted murder. He committed suicide 2 years after his release in 2010. The traumatic experience had a big negative impact on Kramer, causing her to struggle with PTSD. Number 6. Lynn Anderson and Harold Spook Stream. Jana Kramer was not the only country music artist who got involved with an abusive husband. Lynn Anderson also had a similar experience. The award-winning singer, known for her breakout song Rose Garden in 1970, got married to Harold Spook Stream in 1978. The couple shared 2 children together. Months after the marriage, Lynn realized that she had married the wrong man. She suffered numerous physical and emotional abuses from her husband. Lynn couldn't endure the unpleasant situation any longer, leading to filing a divorce charge in 1982. After the divorce, Lynn was given custody of their children. However, Harold pressed a charge against such judgment, claiming Lynn to be an unfit mother due to her uncontrollable substance abuse. The court granted his request, transferring the custody of the children to him. The crisis that followed the marriage had a big toll on Lynn, first by turning her into an addict, and then by taking her down to depression. Over the years, she has developed a tough skin against her past and channeled her energy into creating good music. Number 5. Emily Robison and Charlie Robison. Emily Robison is well known for her role as a founding member of the popular country band The Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks. The songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and vocalist married Charlie Robison in 1999 at Cibolo Creek Ranch in Texas. The couple welcomed 3 children. The first was Charlie Augustus Robison, born on November 11, 2002. After that, they had twins, Juliana Tex and Henry Benjamin Robison, on April 14, 2005. After 9 years of marriage, the couple filed for divorce in January 2008. You would wonder what the cause of the divorce is. Report has it that the couple cited discord and conflict of personalities. Number 4. Miranda Lambert and Blake Shelton. The 2 country musicians are big names in the music industry. They met each other while performing together at a songwriting event. The 2 lovers are already engaged to different partners, posing a challenge to a possible relationship, but fate intervenes and they separate from their partners. Following the divorce and the breakup, they got married on May 14, 2011. The couple shared a good love experience until 2015, when pressure from busy careers caused a big gap in the relationship. Shelton was far away, deep in his role as a judge on The Voice. The distance and busy schedule created room for trust issues, ultimately sealing the reason for their eventual divorce. The estranged couple maintained a cordial relationship even after their divorce, which included musical collaborations. Number 3. Terry Clark and Ted Stevenson. Terry is a big name in the Canadian country music industry. The iconic musician is a member of the popular Grand Ole Opry. She got married to Ted Stevenson, a fiddle player, in 1991. The marriage only lasted for 5 years. After welcoming their only child, Noah Stevenson, on December 6, 1993, the couple went their separate ways in 1996. The reason for the divorce was kept secret. Number 2. Maren Morris and Ryan Hurd. Maren Morris got her breakthrough with the debut album Hero in 2016. The Grammy-winning musician continued to entertain large numbers of fans with her fantastic songs. She married Ryan Hurd in 2014 while co-writing Last Turn Home for Tim McGraw. From sharing a songwriting project in 2014, they moved to sharing marital vows on March 24, 2018 in Nashville, Tennessee. The marriage was blessed with a son, Hayes Andrew, on March 23, 2020. The marriage hit the rocks after 5 years. Morris filed for divorce in October 2023 on the basis of irreconcilable differences. The separated couple agreed to share custody of their son after the divorce was finalized in 2024. Number 1. Lucinda Williams and Greg Souders. Lucinda Williams has a reputation for her powerful voice and poetic songwriting style, as well as for blending diverse musical elements into her songs. She shared a short-lived marriage with Greg Souders, a drummer for the Long Riders in the 1980s. No one knows the reason for their quick divorce. Perhaps she realized the mistake of marrying Greg in the early stages of marriage, which is not an entirely strange occurrence. People do change over time, developing characters that make them entirely different from who they were before marriage. Which of these divorce stories surprised you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like and share this video, subscribe, and click the next video on your screen.